I went from 0 to 6 figures in less than 6 months selling watches, and this is how I did it. It's extremely important, the pictures you take. This is the only watch used in space. Here it is, $4,450. I get to do this as a side hustle and still make money doing it. Anytime we get a watch in, the first thing we do is we do a 4-point inspection, and we actually mark it that we do a 4-point inspection, and we check out all of the things that come with the watch, making sure that all of the paperwork, all of the documents that are supposed to be here. This is what they would call full kit. Full kit means that we have the warranty information that is initially filled out with serial numbers and things like that. We have the official book that comes with it, and we always double check to make sure that we have everything. And then we inspect the watch itself. We've got the original hang tag. This is a Grand Seiko made by Seiko watches, and it is one of their higher end line. Most people do not know that Seiko actually makes high-end watches. This one normally would sell for about $4,000. We sold it for $3,400, and so it is going to be packaged for delivery to the client. Now, every watch that we get in, when it comes in, one of the first things we do is we put it on the time grapher, and the time grapher, it'll begin to track the beats. Is just to give you an understanding of how it'll track and tell us if the watch is on time, off time, if it's keeping perfect time. We will test it, then we will check all of the dials, make sure everything winds and turns. Before we ever sell anything, we always double check it, make sure, put it through our 4-point inspection, make sure everything is good with it so that we ensure client satisfaction. Now that's extremely important because anything you're going to sell, particularly if you're selling something that's used, you always want to make sure you're selling a good product. You never want to sell garbage. If you wouldn't want it sold to you, then you would never want to sell it like that to anyone else. We always inspect every watch for any type of damage, marks, scratches, and of course when you're dealing with used jewelry of any sort, there's always going to be something, but you want to just make sure that there's no deep scratches. A lot of times scratches can be buffed out. So now this watch has just been sold. We are going to be packaging this up for delivery. And so the first thing that we will do is wrap every watch with plastic and all of the metal parts. You always want to think through everything that you're doing, how you do it. For example, when you go into an Apple store, they have all of their machines sitting at a certain angle so that you have to open them up in order to view them and use them. And so that's the touch experience. And so when you're looking at what you do, you want people to have the experience of unwrapping and taking things apart. And so there's an interaction that happens with that you want to give your customer a certain experience. These are things that we teach in our masterclass, but it's important to do these things because they're the little touches that make all the difference. Once you shined it up and it's ready to go, then the next thing we do is wrap it. We don't waste anything. I put that into the shredder. We keep all the shredded pieces and we use that as packaging and filler. If you don't know how to wrap a package, here's a good tutorial for you. Always crease every corner and use the tape to pull it tight. And then we had stickers made with our logo and our Facebook page where you can find all of our watches, which is Mogul Watch Group. There you have it. So now when a person gets that, it's like a gift. They have to unwrap it. There's a touch feel to it. We also include a free gift. And again, people love unexpected extras. This is an iconic watch puzzle, and depending on the size of the purchase will determine what the free gift is that we give. So we have a book called A Man and His Watch. We have a gift that we give, which is this here, which includes a eye loop, a brand new eye loop. It includes a white glove, and we wrap that into here, and we make this as part of our gift as well. And so again, we're thinking through the client experience. We want people not just to be happy with what they got, but we want them to be wowed. And so we have a system, depending on the price of the watch, will determine which letter they get. This letter, pre-printed, I sign each and every one of them, and it talks about the jeweler's loop, the white glove, and the iconic watch 500-piece puzzle. It thanks them for their business, and it invites them to like our page and to obviously come back and deal with us again. And so now when we go to package this, they will get this letter, this gift, this free gift, all of that comes included. Now, here is the piece de resistance. This is where we take it to a whole another level. I bought a bunch of these, and they were fairly inexpensive, but they are little bolo bracelets. So, for example, this particular customer, I found out that he just had a baby and are believers. I have various different bracelets, some that have a cross on them, some that have the heart on them. For this particular guy, I have one that has a cross on it. So I'm going to go ahead and include that as a gift for his wife. It's easy to find out information about people nowadays. You can go on their Facebook page. You can see all kinds of things to learn just one little tidbit about that. When you're dealing with someone who you may believe has everything, in other words, the gift might not matter to them. But if you buy a gift and give it to someone they care about, let's say you go on their Facebook page and they have a dog and they're really big into their dog. You give a gift to the dog. It's not a matter of how much. You took the opportunity to do the research, that you cared enough to just do a couple clicks and find out a little bit about your customer. So we will include that as a free gift for his wife. Unexpected surprise. But I want you to think about what we're doing here. The total process is surprises, it's gift. We're thinking about the experience because the whole goal is to create a raving fan. Not just somebody who's like, oh, this was cool, great deal, great price, wonderful watch. We want people to see it and go, wow. And you have to think through those moments in your business as to how you deal with your customer from the very beginning to the very end as to how you create those wow experiences. The reason for that is because I can't tell you how many people have received their watch and took a picture of the packaging, took a picture of all of this and said, look at these free gifts, and then post it on their Facebook and tag me in it. So now I get to take that and put it on my page. I get to take that and post it in different groups, and it builds your reputation and it gives you credibility and social proof that you're the one to do business with. Now, when people do business with you, they have a certain level of trust. They're willing to pay a little bit extra because they know it's a quality experience, and they want to have the same experience that other people have had. So it's free marketing to some degree because it costs me a certain amount to do all of this, which leads me to my next point. I know exactly how much this costs. In other words, I know exactly how much the paper costs. I know exactly how much each piece of tape costs. I've broken it down to the absolute minuscule number of knowing exactly what all of this costs to do, so that's built into my price. So that when I sell a watch, that number is already included. Shipping, packaging, all of these extras is all built into the price. I cannot tell you how many people have a business and don't know what the business costs. They don't take into consideration, when I pull this piece of tape off, I know exactly how much this one piece of tape costs me, so that it's always built in and I know exactly what my profits are. And so if I take this piece of tape and throw it away, I just threw away 2 cents worth of tape. Are you with me? And that's where you begin to see whether your business is making money, whether it's really financially prudent to do what it is you're trying to do. And so now that everything's packaged here, I'll take you inside and I'll show you how we deal with our shipping. Once we are set up with packaging, then that's when we go in and we set up our shipping, and we print our label based on the measurements of the box, based on the weight of the box. We do our shipping, and then we print it on our printer right back here. And now we're ready to package the box up, and it's ready to go out to our client. Remember, the client experience is everything. So when we get Amazon boxes that are the right size, we will keep those and hold on to them. We keep it all as packing materials, but you got to understand you can't sell something that's high end and use low budget methods, use low budget pictures. For free business coaching, please visit us at leadershipuncensored.org.